Ford is launching another compact truck with a $20,000 price tag, and just like the Maverick, this will disrupt the market that Ford itself is ruling. Many of you watching might even buy this truck at the end of the video, and a lot of buyers who wanted to buy the Maverick will change their minds. This might seem like a very dumb move by Ford, but this all makes sense if we're being honest, and we're not just talking about the competition. This is beyond that, so watch till the end because this is the start of a new era in the truck industry. But how? It will have a single cab layout. In fact, it'll only have that option. As of now, there's no compact truck that offers this option, not even the Maverick, and this has left people with fewer options. And to be honest, they've lost a lot of customers due to this. But the Ranchero will be a single cab layout, just like it was in the original models. Single cabs will offer more cargo space, and why else would you buy a pickup truck? That is why there is a huge demand for it, and that's why almost all of the new competition coming out has been rumored to have it as an option. The Toyota Stout, the Subaru Brat, and the Kia Tasman, all of them are expected to be offered in a single cab layout. Right now, the Maverick is the clear leader. If one truck comes out that's better than it, then it'll all be over for Ford. So it will be a very big win if Ford capitalizes on this opportunity, because sooner or later there will be someone else doing that. And we'll explain why Ford is not doing this on the Maverick in depth in just a few minutes. Because before that, you should understand what Ford has in store for the Ranchero. It will be more compact. It'll be even smaller than the tiny Maverick. But since it'll have a single cab layout, there'll be more space for the cargo bed. It wouldn't be smart for Ford to directly compete with the Maverick by offering more practicality, so they decided to make a smaller vehicle that would be just as practical. Ford made the Ranchero a single cab to keep the Maverick relevant and let the Ranchero shine. This makes sense for Ford. If we're being honest, there would be a significant loss in sales for the Maverick if the Ranchero came in as big as the Maverick and was more practical. Would you buy the Maverick if this were the case? But there is another big reason why they chose to go with a smaller size, and like we said, we'll explain why in a few minutes. And if you're asking, what is the first reason? This is why. By making them a bit different, both trucks will have their own pros and cons and will have more options. But this doesn't mean there will be no similarities. The Ranchero will come on a unibody platform, which will make it much better at corners and give it an advantage in city conditions. But it will not be the exact same one as the Maverick. As we said, this truck is smaller, and the base Ranchero will be front-wheel drive. This might make a lot of people disappointed, but now let's talk about the most important part. Engine options. The Ranchero will have the same engines as the Maverick. The same turbo, 2-litre EcoBoost 4 and the 2.5-litre hybrid. But the crazy thing is that the hybrid will get better gas mileage than the Maverick thanks to the Ranchero being lighter. But the EcoBoost is for people who want more power and can go off-road, and it comes with all-wheel drive. The hybrid will not have an option like this. But there might be another option. The Ranchero will offer a smaller displacement 4-cylinder engine. And based on the information we now know, we expect this to be on the base model, and the turbo engine option will be offered on the higher trims. So you might be asking, if the Ranchero uses the same powertrain, then it's just a smaller Maverick, right? Well, no, there is one big difference. Ride quality. The Ranchero will come with softer suspension and lower ground clearance as standard. This will address most of the issues and criticism that the Maverick's ride faced. The Ranchero will be a small city pickup truck, so it will prioritize comfort and drivability over off-road performance. The Ranchero will have a similar ground clearance to regular cars, not SUVs. This will make it more stable in the curves thanks to the low center of gravity. The Ranchero will also be lighter than the Maverick, so it will handle better in the corners. The shorter wheelbase will also make it more agile. Design. The Maverick is, to put it simply, extremely generic and without character. Unlike the Maverick, the Ranchero won't be boring to drive. Remember the original Ranchero? Even if you don't, surely you've heard about its legacy and its unique style. It was a truck with a character, and some people just bought it for that reason alone. And the new model will have similar qualities. But the most important thing is comfort, and the Ranchero will be noticeably more comfortable than the Maverick. Since it will be lower to the ground, it won't need stiff suspension to eliminate bouncing whenever you hit a pothole. Furthermore, the noticeably lower body roll will make it much more comfortable on open roads. But why? Creating two vehicles of the same class and competing with each other might seem like a bad idea, but in this case, it actually makes a lot of sense. And if we're being honest, it isn't actually necessary for the survival of the Maverick. Because the reality is that the Ford Maverick is very hard to get your hands around, and the price has been getting out of control. There's nothing they can do right now to control it. They've reduced the amounts that they're going to be making this year because they couldn't handle all the demand. The quality has been facing many criticisms with poor quality material, poor craftsmanship, engine failures, and major electrical system failures. And we haven't even started talking about the buying experience. Let's say you actually wanted to pay for the overpriced Maverick, and still you'll have to wait for such a long time. But if there is another option, like the Ranchero, wouldn't you buy one? Ford will have more time to fix the problems that have hurt the Maverick's reputation by easing the production demands of a single model. This will also let Ford make more different vehicles in the same time frame, as the pressure on a single model will be lower. By adding more variety to the pickup truck market, Ford will dominate the market with their models and branding, making them an even bigger force than they already are. This will make their models more desirable, which will also increase their resale value. So even though it might seem like a bad idea, the Ranchero's release is actually well thought out and is expected to strengthen Ford's position as the best pickup truck maker. Release date. Ford will act quickly to offer an alternative to the Maverick and fill the gaps that other manufacturers might exploit in their upcoming models. The Maverick is one of the few compact trucks available right now, but other manufacturers could challenge it by offering better quality and faster delivery. Most Maverick buyers would not mind switching to the Ranchero, as they're technically similar, and the Ranchero might have a shorter waiting time. The Ranchero will also appeal to the market for a more compact two-seater pickup truck, and it could achieve respectable and even impressive sales figures. But they're not the only ones thinking about this. The Toyota Stout will, according to some sources, be offered both as a crew cab and single cab, not to mention the possibility of a lower price tag for the Stout compared to the Maverick. This means that if Ford doesn't come out with the Ranchero soon, they might lose the market to the Stout. So we can make an educated prediction, and if things don't get delayed, we can expect to see the Ford Ranchero in 2024, and it will be ready for sale either at the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. Price. The Ranchero will be cheaper than the Maverick, as it will be a smaller vehicle. The price gap won't be as big as the one between the Maverick and the Ranger, but it will matter to so many buyers. Since this is a compact truck, the entire premise is to get the same practicality as a big truck in a smaller SUV-like car. The Ranchero will be perfect for those who want a simple and practical vehicle that can haul a lot of stuff in the back. The Ranchero will start at around $20,000, which is a few thousand less than the Maverick. And if you don't need the extra 2 seats in the back and want something more suited for the city without losing practicality, you should definitely choose the Ranchero. So after all this information, what do you think about the Ranchero? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.